We've got Manas Agrawal, who's Vice President Research at Bernstein, joining us this morning. Thanks so much for taking the time, Manas. Let me ask you that question. Is there valuation comfort at this point based on the kind of run that we've seen in these life insurance companies? Is that justified? One, because there are overarching concerns about sales, especially through the bank assurance route.
First up, thanks for having me. I think to come to your question, valuations were very supportive. After the run-up, there is lesser room, but still remains in a comfortable zone, I would say. If you see the embedded value multiples, or if you see the implied VNB growth numbers, HDFC Life is at 12.5 roughly right now, and then others are sub 10% over a long term. Now, I think these companies should do well to deliver these kind of numbers over the long term, and therefore still remains supportive in terms of valuations. Is it as comfortable as it was maybe 3 months, 4 months ago? No. The run up, as Harsh pointed out as well, partly because of regulatory overhang going away, partly because of clarity on distribution on banca side, and the other is your product level margins have surprised me in Q4. I think attachment of riders and longer tenure products will continue into FY26 as well. So that's where the optimism is coming from.
Okay. But within this pack, what stands out then, Manas, and what factors should an investor pay attention to, especially when they look at the latest print of financial performance?
Sure. So the monthly numbers have been coming in on top line sales, as we can already see. So Max, HDFC seem to be doing mid-teens kind of numbers. I think that is already in the price. What may not necessarily be in the price or not well understood is where product mix will go. The expectation at the start of the year was ULIP will be very slow. It may not be extremely slow, but expect still ULIP mix to go down from a trend line relative to the previous quarter or previous year. So there is a margin uplift. I think product level margins should jump also on a YOY basis, simply because rider attachment should continue. So that is where we are heading into the numbers. And I think next 10, 15 days, we'll have three of these print their numbers. So we'll get a better picture.
Manas, just a last point on this, and of course you've mentioned a few names, but just to drive home the point, what are your own views on the top picks in the space and why, and what are the ratings right now?
Sure, just to be clear, the ratings are Max Financials is Outperform. That is the top pick for me at this point in time. HDFC Life, SBI Life are other top Outperform ideas. Remain neutral on LIC and ICICI Pru Life. I think what is going to happen this year is VNB growth should be mid-teens kind of a number for most of these players. I think Max becomes a top pick for me simply because they have additional levers or catalysts, in the sense that the monsoon session may pass the Insurance Amendment Act, which will help them crystallize the timeline for the reverse merger. The other fact is their rebranding exercise should give them a push for growth and margins heading into FY27-28, which is not the case for everyone else. So there is the additional lever. That is why it is top pick in my lens, and valuations remain supportive on the name as well. That is where I'll pause.